And now we can move on to the next step, which is creating the Meet the Team page or the employee page. So what we're going to do is create some employees first, and if they have some social media pages, we can link them here also. And then what we're going to do is create this page that you see right on your screen right now. So we'll have some employees, and at the bottom we'll have another call to action, and we'll also have the social media buttons again. So if you want to create a page that looks just like this, let's go back to our WordPress website, and what I want to do is go to the dashboard. So hover over your website name on the upper left and click on dashboard. And once you're back on the WordPress dashboard, the first thing that we're going to do is create the employees and their bio, and then we'll make the employee page. So on the left hand side, find the employees link and hover over that, and let's click on add new employee. And once you're on the add new employee page, just come down here and type in the employee's name. So we'll type in Mark Stevens right here. And once you're ready, what I want you to do is scroll down to the bottom to the employee info section. And this is where you're going to type in the position or title for this employee. So I'll just type in programmer. And then if you want any of these social media network buttons to show up, you want to type in the URLs right here. So let me just do this for all three of these. So I'll type in http://www.facebook.com/NYC Tech Club. And I'll do the same for Twitter. So I'll type in http://www.twitter.com/NYC Tech Club. And then we'll just do the same for Google. So http://www.google.com. And if you want, you can create another page and link the employee button to another page down here. We're going to leave this blank, but if you want, you can always come over here and update this later. So that's really up to you, but in this video tutorial, we're not going to do that. So once you're ready, what I want you to do is scroll up to the featured image section. And what we're going to do is add an image for this employee. So click on set featured image. And if you want to upload employee images, you can always click on upload files and do that. If you want to use the demo content, just make sure that you're on the media library tab and then select the image that you want. So I'll use this one right here. And this is the employee.jpg. And what you'll notice with my employee images is that we have this size dimension for these images, 166 by 249. And all of my images are pretty consistent in terms of the size. And the reason why is because on the employees page, I wanted all of the images to look the same size. So what I recommend to you is that you make sure that your employee images have the same dimensions or something very similar so that they look good on the employee page. So it doesn't have to be this dimension exactly, but you just want to have all of your employee pages having the same dimensions in terms of width and height. Okay, so once you find the image that you want, just select it and then click on set featured image. And now you'll see the image get added right here. And the last thing that we have to do for this employee is create a unique category name. So each time we create an employee, we're going to create a new category name for it so that we can use that to populate the employee on the employee page. So what I want you to do is click on add new category and then just type in a category name for this first employee. So I'll type in EMP1 and just push enter. And you'll see that the employee category name gets added right here. And it should have this checkbox right here. And once you're ready, all we have to do is click the publish button. So click publish. And once the employee gets added, now what we're going to do is add another one together just to make sure that you know all of these steps to do this. So let's click on add new employee once again. And once you're back on the add new employee page, the first thing that we're going to do is type in an employee's name. So I'll type in Sarah Sun. And once you're ready, we can scroll down to the bottom to the employee info section and just fill this out. So I'll type in designer. And then I want to add a Facebook URL right here. So let me type that in really quickly. And what you want to do is type in the URL for the employee. I'm just typing in the NYC Tech Club URLs just to save some time. So I'll do the same with Twitter right over here. And I want to leave the Google one blank, so the Google button is not going to show up, and I'll leave this section blank also. And once you're ready, we can come up to the featured image section and click on set featured image. And we want to find the employee image that we want to use, so I'll select this one. And again, just as a reminder, all of my employee images have the same dimensions. So on the employee page that we're making, everything is going to look great because all of the employee images have the same size. So that's just my recommendation to you. Have the same dimensions for all of your employee images. Okay, so once you find the image that you want, we're going to click on this button that says set featured image, and the image should show up right here. And the last thing that we're going to do is add the category name for this employee. So each time we create a new employee, we want to create a unique employee name. So before, for the first employee, we put in the name EMP1. So what I want you to do now is click on Add New Category. And this time for the second employee, I'll type in EMP2. And you can click Enter or push Add New Category. And it's going to show up in this list. And you want to make sure that the box is checked. And then all we have to do is click Publish. And once the employee is published, now what you can do is pause this video and create some additional employees for your WordPress website. And each time you make a new employee, I want you to come down to the category section and create a new category name for that employee, because we're going to be using those to populate our employees in whatever order that we want on the employee page. So as you pause this video to create your employees, I'm going to create some additional employees also. And once you're ready, push play, and I'll show you how to make the employee page for your WordPress website. All right, so I will see you in a few minutes. All right, and welcome back. If you pause this video to create some employees for your WordPress website, I'm on the employees page right now, and you can see that I made a total of 9 different employees. And you can see over here, I have unique category names for each one of my employees. So hopefully you do as well. And what we're going to do now is learn how to make the Meet the Team page that you see right here. So we'll have a call to action at the bottom and the social media buttons also. So what we're going to do is go to a new page. So on your WordPress website, what I want you to do is hover over Pages and then click on Add New. And once you're on the Add New page, the first thing that we're going to do is type in a title right here. So I'll just type in Team. And just always remember, whatever you type in here is going to reflect in your permalink. So if you want to update this, just click on the edit link and you can change that right here. And whenever you do that, just make sure that you click the update button. All right, so what we're going to do now is come down to where it says page attributes. And in this drop down where it says template, select the front page option. So this is going to let us use the page builder, and click on the page builder once you're ready. And the first thing that we're going to do is add a row. So click on Add Row and change the row layout to 1. And then go into the Layout tab. And over here, I want you to type in 40px. And once you do that, we're going to leave the row layout as the standard option because we don't need to change that here. So let me just collapse this and click the Insert button. And now what we're going to do is add a widget for our page title. So click on Add Widget. And find the visual editor widget and click on that. And now what we're going to do is just hover over it and click on the edit link and just type in your page title right here. So I'll type in Meet the Team. And once you're ready, just click the Done button. And now what we're going to do is add a widget for our employees. So click on Add Widget and find the Sydney FP Employees widget and click on that. And let me show you the 2 options that you have. So first, if you click on the edit link, right over here where it says number of employees to show, if you leave this as -1, it's going to show all of your employees. So let me just show you what that looks like really quickly. So I'll click Done here, and I'll click on the preview button right here. And it's going to open up a new tab. And if I go to it, it's going to show me a preview of the page that we're making right now. And you can see that we have 1 row of employees. And we have buttons down here. And if you click on them, it'll scroll through the employees. So if you leave the widget as -1 to show all of your employees, it's just going to have 1 row right here. But what I want to do is show you how to create an employees page that has multiple rows like this. So to do that, what we're going to do is go back to our WordPress website, and go back into this widget and click edit. And I want to change the number of employees to show for this right here to 3. So we're going to do 3 employees per row. And then what I want you to do is come down to where it says enter the category. And remember, we categorized or named all of our employees with category names. So I want you to type in the first 3 employees that you want to show. So I'll do the first 3. So EMP1, comma, EMP2, comma, EMP3. And I want to note that no matter what order you put in the category names, it's always going to show up from earliest to latest. So if you want to show your employees in a certain order, you want to make sure that you go back to the employees page and update when the employees were published so that you show the earliest one on the left-hand side and then the latest one on the right-hand side. Okay, so once you're ready, let's click done right here. And now what we want to do is add another row for the second row of employees. So click on add row and change the row layout to 1, and then go into the layout tab, and over here, let's put in 30 px for the top and bottom padding of our second row, and just close this and then click the insert button. And again, we're going to add another widget for our employees. So click on add widget and find the Sydney FP employees widget and click on that. And if you have to, just click and drag it down here. And now just hover over it and click the edit button. And again, we're going to change the number of employees to show to 3, and then type in the category names for the employees that you want to show on your second row. So I'll type in EMP4, comma, EMP5, comma, EMP6. And again, once you're ready, let's click done. And we're going to add one more row for our last row of employees. And that's because I have 9 different employees. So if you have more or less, you don't have to add, or you can add additional rows. So I'll just click on add row one more time and change this to 1, and then go into the layout tab, and it should already say 30px here, but if it doesn't, go ahead and put in 30px and then just click the insert button. And again, all we're going to do now is add another widget. So click on add widget and find the Sydney FP employees widget and click on that. And if you need to, again, click and drag it to the right row, and then click the edit link and just put in the number of employees you want to show per row. So 3 right here. And then I'll just type in some category names again. So EMP7, comma, EMP8, comma, EMP9. And once I do that, I can click done right here. And now I have all of the employees for my employee page. So let me show you what it looks like, because it's going to be a little different now. So again, I'll click on the preview button, and it's going to update this tab right here. And if I go to it, now my employee page has multiple rows for all of my employees. Okay, so now what we're going to do is go back to the WordPress website and add the call to action at the bottom and the social media buttons. So let's go back to the WordPress website that we're making, and we'll just add another row down here. So click on add row, and we want to change the row layout to 1. And in the layout tab, we want to make sure that the top and bottom padding is 30px. And this time around, we want to change the row layout to full width, because the call to action is going to go from one side all the way to the other. And then what I want you to do is go to the design tab, and I want to change the background color to be consistent with all of my other pages. So right here, I'm going to select color and just put in a color code. So the color code that I want is going to be 252525. So make sure that you put that pound sign right in front of it, and it's going to change it to a darker color right here. And once you're ready, let's click the insert button. And now we just have to add our call to action widget. So click on add widget and find the Sydney FP call to action widget and click on this. And once that gets inserted, we're just going to click the edit link button right here and type in our call to action right here. So on the demo WordPress website, I'll just take this text right here. So it says, for a free quote to start working with us today. So I'll copy that and I'll just paste it in right here. And then for the link for this button, I'll just type in the contact us page URL, and I'll show you how to make that page in just a little bit. So you can just type in http://www.howtowebby.com/contact. And you want to change how to Webby for your own website name. Okay, So now let's type in the title for the button. So I'll type in contact us, and I want to leave this box unchecked. And once I do that, I'm going to go to the design tab and just change some colors. So if I scroll down to the widget title color, I'll just click in here and clear this, even though I don't need to. And then for the headings color, if you remember when we created the about page, we changed the color code right here. So let me delete this, and I want to type in 8C, 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 and it just changes it to a gray color. So you can type in the same color code if you want. And once you're ready, go ahead and click done right here. And now we should have our call to action. And the last thing that we're going to do is add a row for our social media buttons. So again, let's click on add row. And again, we want to change the row layout to 1 right here. And then go into the layout tab. And let's put in 10 for the top and bottom padding. And change the row layout to full width. And click the layout tab here to close that. And then click on design. And go in here and change the background color. So I want to type in the color code 1C, 1C, 1C. And that's going to change it to almost black right here. And once you're ready, let's click the insert button. And now all we have to do is add the widget for the social media buttons. So click on add widget and find the site origin social media buttons widget right here and click on that. And all we have to do now is just hover over it and click on the edit link. And I already filled out all of this information just to save some time, but let me walk you through again exactly what you have to do. So you want to click on the add button to add a social media button, and then click on the down arrow to expand this section and go into this drop down and select the social media network that you want to show a button for, and then type in the URL. And if you want to change the icon color, you can. I've left them all as the color code FFF, FFF, so it's white. And then for the background colors, I put in the color code 252525 to give it this darker black color. So I did this for each of my social media buttons. So if you want, you can pause the video and add all of your social media buttons right here. And then once you're ready, push play and I'll show you the design and layout options. Otherwise, I'm just going to continue on. So the design and layout options over here, you can see what I selected. And if you need to pause the video, you can. So I selected the flat option, normal size, slightly rounded, low padding, align center, and low margin. And we'll go through this a few more times as we make our other pages. So again, each time you create a page, you have to add these social media buttons because it's part of the layout. Okay. So once you're ready, go ahead and click done. And now we are done with the employee page. And all we have to do is publish this page. So click on publish. And once the page is published, let's go and check it out. So click on view page. And once the page loads, this is what you should see. So you should see all of your employees right here. And if you hover over them, you should see these pop-ups. And then if you scroll down to the bottom, you should see the call to action, our social media buttons, and then the copyright down here. Okay, so if this is what you see, then we are good to go and we can move on to the next step.